Hi guys, and welcome to your weekly horoscope for Monday the 9th of August going through until Sunday the 15th of August 2021. Thanks for joining me. It's a pleasure to be with you today for this weekly horoscope. I'm going to give you a rundown of what the planets are doing this week and how that's going to influence you and how you can use the energy to your advantage. When I was writing this horoscope, I noticed that there's this amazing opportunity this week for problem solving and resolution. And the reason for that is that you're really able to hone in on the details and to analyze things very clearly, but not get sucked into it. So you're able to maintain this big perspective, the bigger picture, and you're able to focus on details. And then you have the presence of mind to follow up those insights with practical action to complete things, to resolve issues, to get things done once and for all. So it looks like a really good week in that sense. So if there's anything in your life that is outstanding or has been problematic for a while, or you don't know what to do about it, look at it again this week. It's really likely that you're able to finish something off in that sense. So on Monday the 9th of August, we've got the moon in Leo. That gives you a sense of independence and fun and being carefree. And it conjuncts the communication planet Mercury in Leo. So communication is going to be very forthright, easy, effortless. If you feel it, you're not going to have much of a problem saying it. Oh, by the way, the day before, on Sunday the 8th of August, we had a new moon in Leo, which is important in itself, but also it happened on something called the Lion's Gate on the 8th of the 8th of August. I've made a separate video on that, so have a look at that if you're interested, because the energy of new moons and full moons, as far as I'm concerned, that last about 3 days. And this happened on Sunday the 8th, the day I'm filming this. But on Monday the 9th, you're still going to feel some of that energy. So have a look at that video. It's really positive. New moons really are about pioneering and kind of looking at what's to come. So it's also this wonderful can-do energy. So it's really positive. The Leo moon also quincunxes the outer planet Pluto, which is in Capricorn, and it opposes another outer planet, Jupiter, in Aquarius. So Pluto is transformation and change. In Capricorn, it's practical change. So again, that's not going to throw you very much. If there are certain things which are unexpected or things change or you have to kind of adapt to altering circumstances, you're going to find it quite easy to do that. It's not going to be the end of the world. So things that at other times are super problematic and that really cause you a lot of grief and stress and pressure, the same things happen this week and you barely blink. It's like, oh, okay, well, that's just something for me to deal with. Let me deal with it and not have an emotional fallout. I'm not going to get angry. I'm not going to get stressed or drive myself up the wall. I'm just going to take care of it. It's really straightforward and simple, and I think that's why you're able to solve problems, because nothing really phases you. It's brilliant. I love it. Jupiter is the lucky planet. It's the biggest planet in our solar system, and it's about expansion and growth. In Aquarius, it's this huge growth of ideas and an ability to see the bigger picture. It's fab. Mercury in Leo then quincunxes Pluto in Capricorn. So if anything happens, if anything unexpected changes, you really hone into that and you're right there. So you're able to really pay attention amazingly and your focus is superb. It's like laser beam focus. And what I'm trying to say is that there isn't this problematic emotional state that you have to deal with on top of the actual practical problem. The practical problem appears, you see it, and you're like, okay, let me take care of it. There's really no time for some sort of drama or crisis or something. It just doesn't support that. And that's why you really experience a shortcut here on Monday, where you're just able to go from point A to point B without any kind of emotional upheaval. Venus is in Virgo and it opposes Neptune in Pisces. So Venus is the personal planet of love and beauty and creativity. Neptune is the higher octave of Venus. It's the outer planet of love and humanity and creativity. Neptune thinks on a global scale. Venus thinks on a personal scale, individuals. Who do I love? Venus is in Virgo. So you're going to have a desire to take care of circumstances in your life and to take care of other people. Virgo can often be associated with the nurse. It likes to get things done for others, but it's very practical. It does it in a very kind of dry and almost private way. It doesn't announce what it's doing, it just does it. Neptune in Pisces opens up your imagination and your creativity. And again, I feel with the Venus Virgo opposition, it really gives you this awesome perspective. So not only can you see the here and now and the tiny little details, but you can also see the big picture, which is pretty rare. The moon then goes into Virgo at 4:56 in the afternoon. And please remember, my horoscopes are based on Europe time. So it might happen a few hours before or after. Don't get too hung up on the timings. The moon stays in each sign of the zodiac for about 2.5 days. So the moon in Virgo adds this ability to analyze and to criticize and to make sense of things, to break things down and to come up with the most simple and most accurate answer. The Virgo moon also conjuncts Mars in Virgo. So that, I love that. So we've got Venus in Virgo, the female principle. We've got Mars, the male principle, also in Virgo. Virgo is ruled by the communication planet Mercury. And Mercury rules 2 signs. It rules Virgo and Gemini. And when Mercury is in Virgo, the switch is on the inward position, or this is how I always think of it. And it says, give me more information. The more, the better. I want to break all of this down and make sense of it. When Mercury is in Gemini, the switch is on the outward position. And it's like, let me take all this info, which I've made meaning from and which I've analyzed, and let me express it and share it with others. So Mars, Virgo, inward, Venus in Virgo. So it's really about what is and how you can build with the things that are already in your life and how you can do that in a loving, positive way to create the best possible outcome, to add some beauty and love in the world. So it's really positive. So first of all, on Monday, the new moon in Leo energy continues, and it gives you this amazing can-do attitude and an ability to rise above your problems and to look for solutions. The other planets then really support that energy, like Jupiter in Aquarius, Mars in Virgo, Venus in Virgo. So you're really in a good space with things. Your positive actions will have positive effects as a result. So try and get as much done on Monday because you're really starting off from a very, very good place, and the things that you're investing in will then contain that energy. Self-reliance is super strong on Monday, and it stems from an understanding of the details and seeing the bigger picture. So because you're almost like you have eyes in the back of your head, you can see 360. That's why you are feeling so strong. You have both feet firmly planted on the ground, and you want to roll up your sleeves and say, I can do this. I know I can. Let's do it. Let's get it done. Really practical, straightforward. Tuesday, the 10th of August, we have the Virgo moon quincunxing Saturn in Aquarius. So an ability to really make sense of what you're hearing and what you're being told and what you're reading and what you're learning and what you're studying. So you're the #1 student with a gold star on Tuesday. The Virgo moon also quincunxes Chiron in Aries and trines Uranus in Taurus. So your ability to kind of roll with the punches continues and even gets better on Tuesday. And you're really able to heal problematic situations for yourself. Mercury in Leo opposes Jupiter in Aquarius. Wow, I'm getting a real image here. I'm getting Mercury in Leo. I'm confident. I am, therefore I speak. Therefore I exist. Therefore I express myself. And that feeling of self-confidence, Jupiter comes along and it's like a helium balloon. It just blows it up. So I'm just getting this sense of your kind of solar plexus chakra expanding and expanding and growing and growing. And that's great because it gives you huge amounts of confidence, but it can go a bit too far and make you overconfident. So the nice thing is that we have all this Venus and Mars in Virgo energy. So if you are feeling overconfident, then just make sure you do your research. And again, the outcome is likely to be very, very positive. Because the whole thing about being overconfident is if you don't know what you're doing and you're winging it and you're like, oh yeah, I can do it, then that can end very badly. It can be very embarrassing. But it won't be this week because you have this ability to do your research and not to wing it and not to take shortcuts. So if there is something where you have to kind of present the best version of yourself, look at doing that on Tuesday. You'll find it easy to tap into that. So on Tuesday, complex issues, they suddenly make sense. So the ability to analyze and to make meaning gets even stronger on Tuesday. And the thing is, not only can you see the problem and the solution, you can also see your role in the situation. Oops, tarot cards. And you're able to see other people's roles in the situation. And rather than blame and criticize, you're really able to find a harmonious way of resolving issues and working with other people in a very cohesive way. So the problem solving isn't just limited to actual things of the real world, it's also relationships and other people. Then as the day goes on, as Tuesday continues, your desire for attention, recognition, pleasure, and fun, all of those things are going to expand massively. And they then take you away from kind of joint projects and endeavors. And they put you in a very different space internally, which says, I want the limelight. I want to shine. I want to be seen. So if you do want to do teamwork and really work well with other people, do it Monday and as soon as you can on Tuesday. Don't leave it till Tuesday evening. You're going to have less of a focus for other people by the end of the day. On Wednesday, the 11th of August, we've got the moon in Virgo. It still opposes Neptune in Pisces. It did oppose Neptune in Pisces, didn't it? So no, we had Venus in Virgo opposing Neptune in Pisces on Monday. And now we've got the moon in Virgo opposing Neptune and Pisces. Okay, so the moon is really the most sensitive part of who you are. It's how you feel. And the opposition with this huge water planet, totally 180 degrees away from you. Imagine you're sitting somewhere and you're looking at this huge thing full on. It's really interesting because Virgo loves information. It's never overwhelmed. And with Neptune and Pisces, it brings you this whole planet of feelings and information and imagination and creativity. So you're not going to be bored on Wednesday. You've got a lot to work with. You've got a lot of input. And the more input, as far as the Virgo moon is concerned, the better, because then you'll be able to create more meaning. The Virgo moon also conjuncts Venus in Virgo, so the planet of love and beauty in Virgo, wanting to take care of things. It trines Pluto in Capricorn, changes to your practical circumstances potentially, and quincunxes Jupiter in Aquarius. Wow. So I really feel that you almost swallow everything in your path because you're so big and filled with ideas and confidence and meaning and the ability to make sense of things. So it's almost like this ball kind of just rolling over everything in its path. It really, anything that stands in your way seems very insignificant to me this week, but particularly insignificant. Like my attention is really being drawn to it to say, hey, Greg, let people know that problems which seem to be insurmountable at other times are nothing this week. Not even simple or easy to resolve. They're nothing to you. You're just up here. You're nowhere near these things where they can touch you. The moon goes into Libra at 8 minutes past 10 in the evening. So the analysis stuff weakens a little bit. And Libra likes to look at both sides of the coin. It likes to have a very academic view of situations as far as I'm concerned. Venus in Virgo also trines Pluto in Capricorn. So you want to take care of things. You want to resolve issues. It's really like, I am the problem solver. That's me. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I breathe, therefore I solve problems. Mercury also goes into Virgo on Wednesday. Wow. So we've got Venus, Mars, the moon for most of the day, and Mercury in this earth sign, Virgo, which is all about, let's break it down to the simplest truth for understanding and resolution. It makes everything very simple. Right, and because of that, on Wednesday, there may be a tendency to oversimplify and to say, oh, that's not a problem, I'll deal with. So it's that overconfidence now. We've kind of crossed the line a little bit because you're so confident and everything makes sense anyway that you may miss a few things because you're like, oh yeah, I figured that out. I don't even need to let you finish your sentence. And then you miss something important, you know, that kind of thing. So you may feel like you have all the answers on Wednesday, but deliberately try and pay attention still. Your patience runs short on Wednesday as well, and you don't have a lot of time for things that you see as meaningless or waffle or prattle or something that's so abstract that it has no real life value. Be careful with that, because the gift of Wednesday is that you can be super productive and you're very, very practical. And if you get into it with someone who's just telling a boring story or is just kind of talking nonsense or something, and you get really into it with them, you're just wasting your time. So take what's useful from other people, do pay attention. But if it isn't useful and if you start to feel like, wow, this is really testing my patience, then don't torture yourself by sticking around. Just try and get yourself out of that situation and say, okay, I've heard what you've got to say and I understand and I will take that on board. On Wednesday, something in your life that doesn't work and it's never worked or it's stopped working, your ability to have relationships, your job, your security, anything that is problematic, that's going to be highlighted on Wednesday and it's really going to grab your attention. So something may happen in that area. Because it grabs your attention and you do have this laser beam focus, the answer becomes really clear to you as soon as you look at the situation and you're able to resolve a practical issue completely, once and for all. So there's so much potential to do good things this week and to really make your life a lot freer and easier by clearing out all the nonsense and the negative stuff. On Thursday, the 12th of August, we have the moon in Libra opposing Chiron in Aries. So them or me? Do I take care of other people and look at their perspective, or do I look at mine? Ideally, look at both. Be considerate of other people and take your own needs and desires into account. So that's nice balance. The Libra moon trines Saturn in Aquarius, so you do have an appreciation for other people are saying and how other people are wise and you don't know everything by yourself. So it's kind of a return to reason a little bit on Thursday. It also quincunxes Uranus and Taurus, so the ability to adapt to changing circumstances very easily. And overall, because the Libra moon, the symbol for Libra is a bridge, and that in itself is balance. So it's an inner balance between focus on self, other people, but that can be confusing. What is most supportive to me? Do I focus on others or myself? And it seems like the two are mutually exclusive. I can't take care of other people if I'm thinking about myself, and I can't think about myself if I'm taking care of everyone else's needs. That's not necessarily true. You can do both. You can manage the day and do both things. So because you're going to have to exercise a little bit of discipline here with that to keep things balanced, on Thursday things can feel overwhelming and confusing. You feel torn between the desire to connect with other people and to help them and to take care of them and to work with them harmoniously. And then you have this other desire to criticize and to educate other people. So with that complicates the whole other people thing. So if there is a choice, try and do both, but I would focus more on doing something for the self, because it's not productive to get into it and to criticize other people. And you're not a teacher walking around wherever you live, just there imparting your wisdom. So I would focus on the things that are golden right now, which is your practicality, your ability to assess details. And I would try and use that discipline not to waste my time by saying things that aren't useful or to listen to things that aren't useful. So it's a good day to try out something completely new for yourself. So if you do have the time during the day, the luxury of saying, okay, I've got a couple of hours on a Thursday, daytime, to try out a fresh experience, then please do that. That's going to really feel like you're taking good care of yourself. Something new, something you've never experienced before, something that makes you feel alive, it's fresh, it's exciting, something like that. On Friday, the 13th of August, we've got the moon still in Libra, and it sextiles the sun in Leo. And that's lovely. It's like, I'm seeing a pond in Glastonbury Abbey and the little dragonflies flying over it and the fairies in the bushes. It's really beautiful. Libra is the sign that can really appreciate the finer, most beautiful things in life. It's so creative and it's so artistic and has such good taste. it really is able to bring up these beautiful images and to make life feel rich and creative and wonderful and loving. And sextiles with the sun in Leo, that's about you being able to enjoy life. So with that combination of your feelings, the moon, in this beautiful Libra moment, with the sun in Leo, your conscious mind saying, hey, I'm capable. I can do things myself. It's good. That really creates a fabulous, magical, romantic, kind of anything is possible vibe. I really like it. It quincunxes Neptune in Pisces. So we're really entering the realm of fantasy here. Fantasies can become reality, and not in the disappointing way. It trines Jupiter in Aquarius, and it squares Pluto in Capricorn. Yeah, so something that you may have been thinking about, or a hope and a desire and a dream, or something you've been trying to manifest, that's almost like too good to be true. It's like, this is so awesome. Could this ever happen? I don't want to over-egg this, but I'm feeling like Friday the 13th is such a beautiful, magical vibe. And with the square of Pluto and Capricorn, that something like that can come into your life. So really pay attention to that. Because we all want to be enchanted, right? Not every day is enchanting. If you have to go to the bus stop at 6 in the morning and then you have to eat some dried up sandwich, you're not going to be enchanted sitting there waiting for your transport. But then when we do have the potential, like Friday, to, you know, frolic through the fields with the fairies and to kiss under the willow trees, then it would behoove you to make use of that, because it's lovely. It's really enchanting. Mars in Virgo on Friday, it quincunxes Saturn in Aquarius. And I like that. That's it feels very responsible. So it's like you've got these two dads in the sky, Mars in Virgo, responsible, analytical, interested in you and your happiness. And then Saturn in Aquarius, the rules of society and everything that makes you feel safe. And it's like the astrological gay couple inviting you over for brunch. I'm sorry, but no, that's what it feels like to me. So Mars supports you and makes you feel welcome and happy. And Saturn in Aquarius says, hey, you belong and your head's in the right place and you see things clearly. It really sets the scene for you to have a fabulous time on Friday. I do these horoscopes every week, and I haven't seen a great day like this in quite a few weeks. So please do pay attention to Friday the 13th. Your creativity and your sense of desire not only awaken, but they explode. And they urge you to create something unique. And, excuse me, this can translate into the creation of an important piece of self-expression, like if you're going to paint something or write something. Or it can translate as a romantic, passionate experience, a love affair. It's a good time for intimacy and for seeing other people as they truly are. Positive characteristics are going to be revealed to you, and there's a great chance to get to know someone closely. So that's really interesting. So even people you don't like, on Friday, just by looking at them, you see something positive in that person. I remember I listened to a talk years ago by Marianne Williamson. And she was talking about this resentment she had towards someone in her life. And she was praying to God, and she was like, God, can't you do something about this person? She really irritates me. I don't like her. And the message she got back from the universe was, well, but I like her. And she was like, oh, we're all children of the universe. We're all unique, special beings. And whether you think someone is the worst and you demonize them completely, the reality is that that person, even though you despise them, has positive characteristics and they're worth loving. And they deserve a great life just the way you do. So if there is someone where someone's asked you, say 3 nice things about this person and you've been completely stumped, then look at them again on Friday the 13th. It's pretty much guaranteed that you'll come up with 3 good things about that person. And that's really useful, and helpful to do that, because none of us want to go around disliking people or hating people or resenting people, right? It's poison. Like if you sit there and you're like, oh, no, I really dislike this person, you're not doing anything to that other person. You're really just creating a toxic environment in yourself by entertaining those feelings. So if that's something that's a problem and you do have negative feelings towards someone, you'll be able to problem solve and resolve those negative feelings by seeing something positive in that person and by letting it go. Amazing. Saturday, the 14th of August, the moon goes into Scorpio. It's 1 minute past 2 in the morning. So now the moon takes a deep dive into the intuitive emotional realm, and you'll start to understand things as you have. This analysis stuff is still there, but now your intuition also supports that, and you're getting information from everywhere. Again, I don't think you're going to be particularly overwhelmed. I think you'll appreciate the information that's coming through. The Scorpio moon then sextiles Mercury in Virgo. So Mercury in Virgo, so that changed signs on Wednesday. So now on Saturday, Mercury is happy in Virgo because, like I said before, it rules that sign. So it's super analytical and it mops up all your feelings as well now and makes sense of those. Squares Saturn in Aquarius, so you may feel a little bit more certain about your own opinion and less likely and less inclined to listen to other people's. And it sextiles Mars in Virgo, quincunxes Chiron in Aries, and opposes Uranus in Taurus. Wow. So you want to take care of problems, you want to do something for yourself, and you want to adapt to changing circumstances in a way that's easy and effortless. Venus in Virgo quincunxes Jupiter in Aquarius. So again, that's really positive for loving relationships and being intimate with someone and having an amazing kind of romantic experience. I'm just thinking, because are romantic, lovely, enchanting experiences important? To me, they are. In the grand scheme of things, are they? I don't know the answer to that, really. Tell me in the comments below. Is a life full of wonderful, enchanting, magical experiences better than a life without? Makes no difference, I suppose, in the grand scheme of things, but to you personally, it's going to feel a lot better. So it depends whether you have I don't know, it's weird that I'm bringing this up, but it's like, maybe you're someone who doesn't want to have any enchanting experiences and you just want to be logical and work, and maybe that's your experience. So whatever works for you ultimately, make the most of it on Saturday, because whatever floats your boat, that appears. So if your biggest desire in life is to climb a hill or something, or a mountain or something, then do that, because it will give you a huge sense of fulfillment. So Venus in Virgo does quincunx Jupiter in Aquarius. The Sun in Leo quincunxes Neptune in Pisces. That's nice because you can see the potential in you, what the future could look like. So Saturday, the passions and desires are heightened even more from Friday the 13th. And you may feel magnetically attracted to certain people without any explanation. And the reason for this is, one is being magnetically drawn to people who you wouldn't normally be around in order to see the positive in them and to let go of resentments and to close that off. And second of all, I think the universe is bringing certain people together who are meant to be together in romantic relationships. So it's a great day to meet someone new if you're open to a new relationship. So pay attention to that, because whether it's a romantic connection, you meet someone new, or it's like you meet someone who's very intelligent and can mentor you, or it's a potential new friend or a colleague or something, spend some time with those new connections, because they will be beneficial to you in some way, even if it doesn't appear right instantly. This is how this person is going to enrich my life. Just trust that that will happen and stick with it. So make time for people, because they will eventually offer you their guidance or their support or their experience or their mentorship or information or knowledge. Yeah. Finally, on Sunday, the 15th of August, we've got the Scorpio moon forming a trine with Neptune and Pisces. So we've got water, water, water here. The water planet in a water sign connected with the moon, which rules the water sign Cancer in the water sign Scorpio. So the feelings and the intuition are heightened. Squares the sun in Leo. So that depth of emotion may take you away from this flitting little skipping through the hills kind of vibe, which you've had all week. It sextiles Pluto and Capricorn. So again, the ability to roll with, I don't like using that phrase, to adapt to changing circumstances. That's really the easy thing this week because nothing phases you. It squares Jupiter in Aquarius. So you feel you're much bigger than your problems, which you are. It sextiles Venus in Virgo, just in case you were wondering. It sextiles Venus in Virgo. So again, this desire to take care of things in a reasonable, responsible and diligent and effective way. And then at the end of the day, Venus enters Libra, and Venus rules Libra. So there's more beauty and more fantasy and enchantment coming in future, in weeks, in the future weeks after this week. But altogether on Sunday, the 15th of August, you do turn inwards somewhat with this Scorpio moon, and your spirituality is going to lift, and your creative ability is going to lift and become bigger, and they will become of utmost importance to you. There may be a lot going on in your life that feels distracting. And because you want to be creative or intimate or something like that, you want to pay attention to yourself a little bit. It could make you feel somewhat ill at ease. And it's like, oh, I really don't have time for this right now. You know, I'm trying to meditate, stop screaming in my ear, that kind of thing. So just if you do find yourself becoming irritated, then try and find a way to give yourself some private time on Sunday. And just carve out 10 or 20 minutes or whatever feels appropriate. There's an opportunity to receive a spiritual download or to hear a message in passing or to read something significant that opens your eyes and shows you the way to resolve a problem. Sound familiar? So you've been able to do that all week, but now on Sunday you even get more information which allows you to problem solve on the day, on Sunday. And it must be something pretty complex because you've been able to deal with difficult stuff all week very easily. And now on Sunday, you're still able to deal with stuff easily. Plus your intuition is guiding you and you're getting spiritual downloads. So if there's something that's really absolutely impossible in your life that cannot be resolved ever, 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 look at it again on Sunday. You may be surprised pleasantly. It may feel miraculous, you know, if you find the answer to that kind of problem. So that's what I get for you this week. I'm really looking forward to this. I find it really motivating and encouraging, really nice. I hope you have a wonderful time. If you would like a personal reading with me, then please do get in touch with me via my website. I do personal readings. In my personal readings, I use astrology, the tarot, numerology, and my intuition, and I combine all of them to answer your questions or to look at what's coming up for you in future. To do like a personality profile analysis. So if you have any questions about your finances or the way you ought to communicate or your home life, romance, work, institutions you belong to, travel, education, hopes and dreams, friendships, spiritual development, spiritual awareness, growth. If you're at a crossroads, if you want to look at what's coming up in future and when the best times are to do certain things, like for instance, getting married during a Venus retrograde isn't the best idea. Sending off your manuscript to Penguin Publishers during a Mercury retrograde isn't the best idea. So it can really help you avoid little tricky pitfalls like that. So if you do have any questions or you want to see if a relationship is compatible or not, or it's your birthday, you want to do a solar return chart and see what's coming up in the year ahead. Astrocartography, which part of planet Earth is most aligned with your nature, where are good places for you to live, where are less than ideal places for you to live. If you have any questions like that, then please do get in touch with me via the website gregoryscott.com. To order your reading, if you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up. Hit subscribe and share the video online if you're out of the closet as such, you know, if you're like open about watching things on astrology, then please do share it so that other people can find this video. Obviously, if you are in the closet, then don't, you know, do anything that would cause you extra stress. All right. So that's the horoscope for the week. I hope you have a wonderful time. I will see you for the daily tarot readings that I do on this channel and the new moon and the full moon videos that I do. Check out the new moon in Leo video, by the way, that's still really relevant. Have a wonderful week and I'll speak to you soon. All the best.